Greetings, I'm Deb the developer.
And I'm Glitch.
In our last videos, we used the type selector, which targets every element of a given tag name on the page. But real style sheets need more precision than that. When you want to style some paragraphs but not others, or certain buttons but not all of them, you need a way to reach specific elements. That is what class selectors are for. A class selector has two parts. In your HTML, you add a class attribute to an element and give it a name. In your CSS, you write a dot followed immediately by that class name. The dot is what distinguishes a class selector from a type selector. No dot means type selector. Dot means class selector. Two of those three paragraphs have the warning class. The middle one does not. In CSS, the dot-warning selector targets only the elements that carry that class.
Okay, so the middle paragraph gets none of that, even though it is the same element type.
The class selector catches only the ones that carry the name you specified. That targeted precision is the whole point. Class names have a few rules. They are case sensitive. They cannot start with a number. The standard convention is lowercase letters with hyphens between words. More importantly, name your classes by what the element is or does, not by what it looks like. A class called warning describes a role. A class called orange bold text describes an appearance that might change tomorrow.
Wait, so if I named it .orange text and then redesigned the page to use blue, the class name would be wrong.
The code would still work. The name would be line, which is its own kind of broken. Named by the role, the styles can change, the meaning should stay stable. An element can carry more than one class. List the class names and the class attribute with spaces between them. The element gets all the styles from every class listed. They combine.
That's actually a clean pattern. .card handles the base, .featured only overrides the part that changes.
Think of it like labels on a physical file. Something can be tagged urgent and archived at the same time. Both labels apply, neither cancels the other. CSS reads all the classes and applies all the matching rules. There's also a way to combine a type selector with a class selector in the same expression. Write the tag name and the class selector right next to each other with no space between them. A p.warning means paragraph elements that have the class warning. A div with the same class would not match.
So a paragraph element with a warning class matches both of those rules simultaneously.
It does. It gets the color from the first rule and the italic from the second. If both rules declared the same property, the more specific one would win. We will cover exactly how that works in the specificity lesson. The short version for now, class selectors beat type selectors. One more thing worth knowing. A class is not tied to any specific element type. You can apply the same class name to a div, a p, and a section, and they all receive the same styles.
So you could tag every element on the page by category, classify each one by role and function, assign a class to every element of a given tier, sort every element in the document by its classification. I mean, that is just how class selectors work for visual styling.
For visual styling, yes.
Right, which is what I was describing.
Add a class attribute to several elements in your HTML and write a matching rule in CSS. Then apply a second class to one of them and write a rule for that too. See how the styles combine. Don't just watch it, do it.